Today marks the end of the League of Nations.
Congratulations, Your Grace.
Yes. A page has indeed been turned. Yet, this is but one more passage in my greater story. For the war will continue apace. Can I rely on your continued fealty?
Myself, my sword, and my life belong to you, Your Grace.
To war! To war! Alliance! Attack! Yeah!
Pathetic fools! What do they mean to accomplish with only half, no, less than half our numbers? No wonder that woman wants to demean herself by running for the hills.
Demean herself?
They fight for king and country to the bitter end. I only pray they understand when I do the same.
Place the older Drakkar at the fore and advance! It's time our enemy saw the new face of war! I shall make offerings of them on the bloody altar of conquest!
My unhallowed corpses! Attack!
If we don't find a way to contain that thing, all the clever ruses in the world won't save us from utter destruction.
Going to destroy the town!
Oh, I thought that damn tactician had a plan.
He's here! He came for us!
Can I have one?
Is that the Dendriarch? Oh, I must be cracking up! Where did a primitive race like the tree folk come by such power? Pay the dragon no heed! Advance!
All right, it's time. Give the signal, Janquis.
Yes, milady. There There's the cowardly woman's signal. At least she's smart enough to know one overgrown plant won't change her fate. Alert the troops. Tell them to momentarily halt their advance and refrain from engagement.
At once, sire. As the battle is already raging, I shall go personally to ensure no harm befalls her in the confusion.
You worry over much.
One must uphold one's promises to a lady, sire.
What's wrong, Heinrich?
I'm not sure, Your Grace. The Kinanes seem to have halted their advance.
Halted? What is Valmyrie's thinking?
It's now or never! Give the signal, Carrie!
Right. I will do that because I'm totally ready to do that. Because I am perfect. And boom! Take it away, kids!
How dare they keep me on a knife's edge for so long? Even one as great as I was starting to lose my composure.
Don't you dare, Thrall! You're decomposed enough as it is!
Yeah, can we just get on with it?
You know what to do, yes?
Of course. All Guardians are taught the secrets of the rune letters.
Very well. Then follow my lead and focus everything on the primal lens.
No. No! What ghastly trick is this?
What's happening? And what in blazes is that sound?
The Reverend army is... they're turning into dust!
Right on cue. The Fawud clan and the elves stand with the League of Nations. Now show them how true our arrows fly. Archers, knock. Archers, loose!
I am Electra, General of the Norasturi army, and my every waking moment has been spent in anticipation of this day. Hear me, my soldiers! Long have you suffered the Empire's indignities and borne the unbearable for your country. But together, we will focus your anger into a single, mighty blade. Today, we defeat our sorrows and avenge our beloved Athrobalt.
Now let us overrun these Canarni dogs! Charge!
An ambush? Curse those wretched elves! Those blasted stragglers! Counterattack now! Send everyone!
We can't, sire! The soldiers were just given the order to stand down! Our lines are in chaos!
Contain this pandemonium at once, Vordis! Vordis!
General Vordis is on the front lines, sire.
I'll have hands for this! Reform the ranks at once! I don't care what it takes!
Oh, yeah! Woo! Look at the elves go! Wait, isn't that...
General Electra! She's alive!
Oh, yes!
think the hell is happening out there?
The Revenant army has been annihilated, Your Grace. Also, our troops have been ambushed by both the elves and a company of Norasturi stragglers, led by General Electra.
I don't care if they've been ambushed. We still have more than double their numbers. So get out there and crush them!
Your Grace. Beg pardon, Your Grace, but...
Yes? What now?
Warriors of Kenon, I hereby renounce the king's sworn oath I made upon these hordes. Henceforth, I follow the honor of my heart and fight for the Alliance. My enemy is Dukes Aldrich and his cursed empire. And if your heart knows this to be as true as mine, then follow me to victory!
Onward with General Vordis! We'll show those Galdians what Dragon Newt warriors are made of!
Those filthy Dragonoot traitors!
To arms! To arms! The Kananis have turned against us!
What is the meaning of this, Vordis? You are kingsworn!
I no longer have a king. You accuse Lady Periel of demeaning herself. She said there are more important things to protect than honor and glory. You scoffed. You wouldn't know true nobility if it grabbed you by the horns.
Oh, spare me your momentary crisis of conscience!
Oh, but this is no crisis. With every fiber of my being, I renounce you.
Those Kinani lizards actually had the gall to betray me!
Why do it now?
Spread the word! I want an all-out attack on the Alliance's main force! Make it known a generous reward awaits whoever brings me the head of the blasted boy who commands them! You will lead the charge, Goldwyn! I order it in your Emperor's name!
War is opportunity. The ability to seize the right chance at the right time. And the time has never been more ripe.
You wouldn't dare!
Aldrich! You wicked traitor! Your crimes have been brought to light! You murdered the late Emperor and sequestered his son away to use as your pawn.
What rot! Where is your proof?
I hold in my hand a letter from His Young Excellency himself. It was entrusted to me by a number of principled individuals who, at great risk to their own life and limb, managed to elude your surveillance network. Hear these words, Aldrich. By order of His Excellency Ishmael Phaetranthus, Emperor of the Goldean Empire, his father's murderer is to be put to the sword.
No! No! This cannot be! No!
Wait, look over there. Is General Goldwyn really... He is! He is! The General is going to fight with us!
I can't believe it, but I think you're right.
Why? What happened?
Do you remember what I told you last night, Commander? I said victory depends on what's inside a person, which is why we would carry the day.
So it's really that simple.
Don't listen to a word he says, Noah. You can't trust any rogue who sends a lady into the enemy camp so she can pretend to be a scared little girl.
Agreed. I can't count how many times he sent me into Imperial territory to spy on the Intelligence Bureau. And he insisted I pretend to be philandering in order to avoid suspicion.
Wait, what? I totally believe that!
You may submit your complaints later. What matters now is how we use this chance.
He's right.
Everyone target Aldrich's main force! Advance!
Let me at him! You impudent worms!
Okay, we've made it this far. Let's find Aldrich and put him down.
That's right. Now we finish it.
Time is on our side, and we must not waste it. Rush his command post. If you strike down the Dukes, the entire Imperial army will collapse. Good luck, Commander Noah. Good luck, Lieutenant Sane.
We need to hurry, Noah.
I know. Everyone is counting on us.
Who else will be going with you?
Now follow me!
To victory!
The long road of fate has led us to this moment. Let us end this.
Good luck to you, my commander.
The Alliance's strike team will be here at any moment, Your Grace. We must withdraw quickly.
It's too late for that. Aldrich! Well, well. If it isn't the treasonous Kessling whelp and the commander of the mighty Alliance. Noah, was it? You are not wanted here!
Too bad, because we've come to strike you down.
Here for my head, are you, boy? And yet, my cause is great. For I am the one who will usher this world into a new and glorious evolution. By illuminating the workings of the Rune Lens's power, I will lead the way to a brighter future for all humanity!
But only at the cost of innocent lives!
We're ending your bloody scheme, Aldrich. Your dream dies today!
Noah! Sane!
Forgive me, Heinrich, but you know what I must ask.
There is naught to forgive, Your Grace. You saved my life, and it is yours to use as you see fit.
I will remember this act of loyalty and courage forever.
I can know no greater honor.
Get back here, Aldrich!
Not one step further! I I'm Imperial General Heinrich, the Duke's shield, the Duke's sword! And I will stop you even at the cost of my flesh, my life, and my soul!
Do or die, Sane.
Do or die, Noah.
Hurry! We have to go after Aldrich!
I won't let you. The lens, it's...
What's happening to him? Is this light from a lens?
Yes, it sleeps within my flesh. Tremendous power.
Inside you?
It is too much for a person to control. If it wasn't for the lens's power, my beloved, my poor family, I would not have... I would never... The Duke's cause is just, and I will not allow you to stand in his way. I am his now and forever!
He disabled his Ricule! There's nothing holding the magic back! Run!
Aldrich has escaped. I'm sorry.
All the same, the Imperial army is retreating.
Wait, do you mean...
Victory is ours.
But what about the Dukes?
General Goldwyn's defection is already sending waves through the Imperial army. The Duke's is nothing if not skilled at reading a situation. He knows there is no way he can cling to power.
Then we did it. We've kept everyone safe.
Yes, we did. Now, hold your heads high, because it's time for your triumphant return home.
Now we're talking. Ain't no wine sweeter than what's poured from the victory cask.
Another flawless arrival.
We did it! We won!
Couldn't have done it without you, Marissa.
My name is pronounced Marcus.
Nice try, Thrall.
General Goldwyn. Lieutenant Sane Kessling. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Without your brave actions, Aldrich's despicable experimentation and murder of the late Emperor might never have come to light.
You honor me, General.
I'm so glad to see you safe, General. How did you do it?
After scouring Norrister for stragglers, I laid low in neighboring lands until the moment was right, which turned out to be the last possible moment.
Something tells me the good tactician wanted it that way.
Commander Noah,
With your permission, I and my like-minded Dragonute warriors wish to join the Alliance.
You'd be most welcome, General.
But why did you decide to side with us?
Lady Periel won me over with her noble spirit. When I look back on the things I've done and compare myself, I feel great shame.
The Alliance has brought together all manner of strengths and ideals. I believe that is the reason that we won. And yes, there are still battles to be fought. But before that, we have another matter to attend to.
We do?
Now that's what I wanted to hear. I've been roughing it for how many days now?
He's right. There's one thing everyone here has been waiting for. But the order should come from you, Commander.
The grub, the smorgasbord, the big gut spectacular. I hear there's already a most impressive spread laid out below.
Well, don't let me hold you up. Everyone dig in, and that's an order.
Can I help you, General Vordis?
I fear I must deliver some unhappy news.
What is it?
King Silas Baelren died in prison after being taken captive by the Empire.
The king is dead? But that can't be. I swore I would never abandon him.
May his soul find peace.
If it consoles you, the Dukes wanted him to reveal your castle's location, but he remained steadfast to the last. His silence delayed the Empire's arrival a full week. Perhaps the king also was ashamed of his behavior during the conflict, and sought to do right in the end.
Had he given in, today would likely have gone most differently.
Oh.
General.
In peacetime, King Silas never failed to look after his subjects. He was utterly devoted to us. And yet, he abandoned us in our hour of greatest need. But the real King Silas, the one I remember, he was a fine man.
Good evening, Noah. Did you tire of the fate?
Sort of. Between Gar and Sabine and General Kogan, things were getting a little too rowdy for comfort.
Yes, it does sound as if a good time is being had by all.
So, what brings you here? Not like you to just pop by.
It occurred to me that I never properly thanked you.
For what?
The favor I asked of you in Eltisvice. Not only did you raise a resistance army, you turned it into an incredible home for so many people. So, For the record, Noah, thank you.
Of course. I mean, you're welcome. But you deserve just as much credit, Perry. I wouldn't have done any of this without you giving me a push. So, thank you too. Perry?
Remember how I said you reminded me of someone I cared about? I take it back. Up close, you're nothing like him.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, well, I bid you good night. Tomorrow, we're going to officially comment on the victory, so you'd best get to work on your speech. Sleep well, Noah.
Might I have everyone's attention?
This is nothing like the last pep talk.
Yeah, well, there aren't a billion guys outside waiting to kill us.
Fair point. Through your determination, your courage, and your spirit, we have emerged from our long battle victorious. And we gather here today to share in that joy together.
I'm just glad we came out of it alive.
Hooray!
But while the battle may be won, the war is not.
Even so, there's nothing wrong with taking a day to celebrate.
Hear, hear.
Commander Noah, would you say a few words to commemorate our victory?
Right.
Break a leg, kiddo.
Victory, he says. Let's see how well they react when their guards are down.
Lucky girl deflection! Oh yeah, I'm the best!
What? What in the world just...
I knew that creep was a bad guy the first time I saw him. But he gave me the slip, so I've been running all over this dang castle trying to find him.
Assassin! Don't let him escape!
Oh, he won't. Periel, Noah, you can rest easy now. The assassin has been dealt with.
We knew he'd escaped from his cell, but who'd have thought he was stalking the castle this entire time?
Persistent little dastard, wasn't he?
He probably needed a notch on his belt before he could go crawling back to the Dukes.
Which is why he targeted Noah. I was too close, Noah. You could have died.
Me? What about you? You're the one who jumped in front of me when the arrow...
I what? No, you were mistaken. I would never do such a thing. You think I would cast away my life before wiping the smirk off Eldric's face? Rubbish.
True enough. Regardless, I'm just glad you're both unhurt.
We owe that woman a great debt. The one who deflected the arrow. She's your sister, is it?
Hey, that's right! Where's my great debt, Noah? Well, all this assassinating has got me worried, so I'll be sticking around for a while.
Until you hear the call of antiquity again, I assume.
You know it.
It's truly a relief you're alive, Commander. We may have won the battle, but now that we have the advantage, we must not waste it.
Agreed. It's time we took back what was stolen from us.
And we most certainly will.
Yeah, we're done for!
Soldiers, it burns! Today we take our homeland back! Go, go, go! Maximum hustle!
Home sweet home. Now let's hunt down the last of the Imperial stragglers. Marissa really wanted to be here for this, but I'm glad I talked her out of it. Gotta make sure Yarnan is as beautiful as she remembers before she returns.
We're home, General.
I just wish King Solus were here to see this. I know he would want us to watch over Norrister and House Baelrant in his stead.
Morning, Noah. How are you today?
Oh, morning, Leon.
You want to head over to the Great Hall? They've got big news about the Liberation Campaign. Yup.
Now that Commander Noah is here, shall we discuss how the counteroffensive is progressing?
Can't believe it's been a whole month since the big battle.
As you know, we have sent forces to liberate the League's occupied cities. General Cassius to Haishan, General Electra to Athrabald, and Guardian Wave to Yarnan. I have received word from all three that their attempts were successful.
Really? Whoa, that's great!
When the tides are with you, they're with you.
I tried to convince Cassius to let me go along.
Same. I wanted to go to Yarnan, but Wave said they could handle it without me. All I wanted was to be there to set my village free, but he said I was needed more here.
Cool.
The General only wanted to keep you out of harm's way, Your Majesty.
I know, but all the same.
What we know is this. The Empire's military campaign is flagging.
A large factor in that was our successful mission to rescue the young Emperor, which has caused public sentiment to turn against the Dukes. Lieutenant Sane deserves much praise for his deft execution of this difficult mission.
I could not have seen it through without the help of you, my father, and many others.
Even the Intelligence Bureau came through for us, after I called in a few favors.
We must seize the moment and attack Dukes Aldrich on his own soil. If we hesitate, it will give him a chance to regroup. Knowing him, he's already hatching a plan to reclaim power. And given time, he will succeed.
Don't worry. We won't give him the chance.
If you're facing off with the boss man again, you better believe I'm coming along.
As a run-up to that, we need to liberate Eltis Weiss so we can use it as a staging ground for the invasion.
Well, it's about time. When do we move in?
Milady, perhaps we should save such things until we have...
What? Won? We're going to win, Janquis. It's obvious.
That's the spirit. The old home of the Watch is special to all of us, and no mistake.
Currently, Eltis Weiss is being held by General Chapel Winlert, who fled there after eluding capture in Haishan. As previously discussed, we will mount our attack without waiting for Generals Cassius and Electra or Guardian Wave to return. Are you ready, Commander?
It's time to set Eltis Weiss free.
Let's not forget who Eltis Weiss belongs to, huh?
Oh, we haven't. Because it belongs to all of us.
Very well. I'll allow it. Let us evict these brutes from my city post-haste!
I applaud your enthusiasm, milady, but perhaps barking orders is...
Nah, we're all on the same page.
Sure are.
It was a long road that led to this day. You can't blame us for being excited.
Good. Then let's get this done.
Confound it! This can't be the end! Hold your ground! Remember your debt to Dukes Aldrich, he who raised you all out of obscurity! Show these dogs that the glory of the Empire never fades! What in blazes? Is that a room tank? So the Kessling boy is here. That traitorous whelp!
Never imagined we'd be doing this again.
Compared to last time, you seem a lot more at peace with it.
True. Back then, the lieutenant... Well, it's in the past.
So how about it, Lieutenant? Give the order and let's blast our way to a brighter tomorrow.
Well said. Take aim at the main gates and... fire!
Oh, this is way more enjoyable when the tank is on your side.
Come on, cousin! Don't stop now! Hey! Let's see how they like it!
Feels like forever since we fled this place.
But we still know the city better than anyone, so let's get this done.
Good. I want those scoundrels out of my manor.
Who will you be taking with you?
Do something already, you idiots! We must hold the city! We cannot permit the Alliance to mount an attack on the Duke's lands! That would mean the end of House Winlot! No, 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 no!
You're finished, General.
The Kessling bastard! How dare you show your face in front of me, traitor!
Dukes Aldrich is the traitor. He betrayed the Emperor as well as the Empire's ideals. Justice must be served.
Damn you! Come on, everyone!
Right. The sooner we do this, the less we have to listen to him.
No. My future was assured.
Wow, I sure missed this place. Glad to see it hasn't changed.
Thankfully, the invaders didn't treat it too harshly.
Say, Mimi, once this is all over, what do you say about getting the watch back together, here in Eldesweiss?
Now that sounds fun. Count me in.
A brilliant idea.
Huh.
Don't get ahead of yourselves. Although I admit, you might be onto something.
I don't know if I ever thanked you properly, Noah. For keeping your promise, I mean. I never would have been able to return home if not for you. All I ever wanted was for my father to praise me. Oh, he doted on me and gave me everything my heart desired, but... well, I always knew he'd wanted a son. And I used to be terrified that I wasn't enough. After he passed away, I set a goal for myself. I swore I was going to work hard and become someone he would have been proud of. That goal is what made me strong. It's a blessing. I believe that above all else. So then, are you ready to put a bow on our journey together?
A bow?
That's right. I still haven't wiped that stupid grin off Aldrich's face. That was my promise, and I intend to keep it.
Well, Noah, it seems like the big moment has finally arrived.
And not a day too soon.
Then I guess I don't have to worry about you getting cold feet. Not that you were ever the type.
I don't know about that, but there isn't really another way except forward.
True enough. Well, everyone's waiting in the Great Hall for you to give the order.
my pole!
At last, the day has arrived. Our preparations are complete.
Each of the Allied armies has been fully outfitted and strenuously trained for the final assault of Duke Aldrich's lands.
I've arranged for ample provisions, as well as the means to transport them.
Inside Galdia's borders, the Duke's military losses and the emancipation of the Emperor have divided the nobility's allegiances. However, there remains a good chance Aldrich can gather enough support to cling to power.
We cannot squander this chance. We must bring the battle to him and end this war once and for all.
This is also our chance to put a stop to his horrific rune lens experiments.
Agreed. There's no excuse for what he's done. And as a guardian and warrior of the Alliance, I won't let it continue.
Not to mention the 100 other reasons that smug dastard has it coming.
This will be our final battle, Commander. Will you give the order?
Let's go put an end to this war! We're about to march on Duke Aldrich's lands in the Galdian Empire. We faced many battles together, many hardships, and we overcame them all. The battle ahead will be the culmination of the perseverance, diligence, and conviction we have shared. Now who's with me? Then let's go end this damn war!
A moment of your time, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, Goktel. Is something the matter?
Not at all. It's the eve of our final battle, is it not? It's put me in a contemplative mood. This really has become quite a fine town in the time since I first showed up here. And looking back on it now, I'm quite glad that I did.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way. It certainly took a great deal of work to make this town into what it's become. Everyone pitched in, but a lot of that hard work was yours, Goktel, and I'm very grateful for it.
Your gratitude isn't necessary, Mr. Mayor. I came here of my own free will, and I never would have bothered if I hadn't sensed an opportunity to profit. As you know, I'm a man without roots. I introduce myself by my guild title because it sounds respectable, but I'm not much more than a vagrant, wandering from town to town. Seldom do my wanders bring me to a town where I'd actually want to put down roots. But this place has become something special.
Goktel?
I'm not being entirely sentimental here. This town has made me a small fortune.
Well, congratulations on that.
But it is a little more than that, too. This town's a place where even an outsider like me can fit right in. In fact, this town's made a home for a whole crowd of folks from all over. Yet somehow, we get along fine. Let me tell you, there aren't many such places in the world. Everything flows from the top. And that's you, Mr. Mayor. You're the reason this town's become such a wonderful place.
Oh, come on. You're embarrassing me.
Accept the compliment with grace. I assure you, I don't hand out praise lightly or often. Anyway, I expect you to fight like hell and come back alive tomorrow. There's still work to do to make this place even better. And to squeeze a few more Bakwa out of it for me, of course.
Thanks. I intend to do just that.
Glad to hear it. Together, we're gonna do great things.
The moment is upon us, Dukes.
Frankly, I'm surprised they didn't arrive sooner.
There it is. Godhaven Castle.
So that's where Aldrich is conducting his twisted lens research.
Hobby!
Where are the forces of Lord Warwick and Lord Dalbird?
On the march, Your Grace, but it will take them several more days to arrive.
Bloody fence-sitters. They're playing wait and see. Still, we can force them to action by waiting it out. Time is on our side, so long as we hold off the enemy.
Aldrich still commands a large host of troops. In terms of numbers, we've little room for error. The Dukes will tighten his defenses and try to stall for time, and he's unlikely to fall for more of our tricks.
We made it this far by fighting with one heart and one mind. We can win here too.
That's the spirit.
Galdia must be made a righteous country again.
I'm with you to the end, Lieutenant.
As a defender of the rune lenses, I must put a stop to this bloodshed.
I possess confidence that we are doing the right thing.
Right then, here goes nothing!
The path you walk leads only to wickedness, and I will end it now!
What do you know of my path, Kessling worm?
The hour has come for you to pay for your crimes against the Empire, Aldrich.
And this is how you show loyalty to said Empire? By helping the League deprive your motherland of her future!
Bold words from the man who murdered his own emperor.
Narengard, are we able to release the Drakkar?
It's wounded from the last battle and proving difficult to control. I demanded calibration be expedited, but it's still too soon to consider deployment.
Stubborn thing!
The rune tank can't handle much more. We should take shelter.
Sylvie!
Oh, Sylvie. Thank you for everything.
Paul.
I'll be all right, Sane. I'm going to fix her up. When I'm done, she'll be more lovely than ever before. Just the way I pictured her. So this is goodbye, but not farewell.
I'll help you out.
I guess I could carry your tools.
Oh, very helpful, Valentine.
I'll help too.
Thanks. Now let's go put an end to this war. Sylvie doesn't belong on a battlefield. She's meant to make people's lives better. And that's exactly how I'm going to remake her.
All that remains is to bring Aldrich to justice.
Leave the remaining troops outside the castle to us.
I'm entrusting my hopes in you, Noah. We all are. Luck be with you.
Thanks. We'll be together in spirit.
Let's finish the Dukes and put a stop to his barbarism.
We won't let one more life be lost.
I'm going with you. I made a promise, and I will see it through.
And who else will be accompanying you? Good luck, Noah. I'll be praying for your safe return.
A cook can't rest until the dinner is served. Let's not get complacent. Stay alert.
Now we settle things once and for all.
Surprise, surprise, it won't budge.
This mechanism looks a lot like the ones we've seen in the rune barrows.
A sign that Aldrich's research has progressed?
If so, all we need to do is find the lenses that serve as the door's keys. And then we should be able to open it.
This must be Aldrich's library. Look at the size of it. It puts some Imperial universities to shame.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It's an eyesore is what it is.
Who'll be?
This is the last one.
Over there, in the back. That's our way forward.
Welcome.
We meet again, Mask.
Ah, the little guardian. I gather it was you who defeated Durad and halted the primal lens of soul calling?
Sure was. And it felt real good.
I remember you from the Tree Folk Sparrows. Who are you?
An envoy of the Conclave of the Dawn. A group of mine whose motives run contrary to the Guardians.
They're a bunch of thieves who want the lens's secrets.
Is that why you've been helping Aldrich?
The future he seeks is of great interest to the Conclave.
And I suppose you don't care how many people die to make it happen.
We believe the rune lenses are at least that valuable, yes. But enough chatter. It's time I repaid some of the Duke's charity. Oh well, I suppose that should be enough.
People like you come along, defile the Barrows, and twist ancient knowledge for your own benefit. And it's the Guardian's duty to make you pay.
Oh, you'll not be striking me down today, little one.
What the?
Ah, good. They've released it. I was hoping I'd bought enough time. And now I must away.
Don't you dare!
Until we meet again, little Guardian.
No! She did it again!
So what was all that rumbling?
Oh, I do not feel good about this.
All the more reason to hurry.
Say, Noah, did you ever tell Marissa about our first co-expedition in the Barrows?
No, and maybe it's better we keep it that way.
Noah! I knew it was only a matter of time before a mighty spinadeer like you found my secret chamber.
Which is a chamber of what exactly?
Behold, my true laboratory! Here I have been tinkering with new tops and rapping at the door of Begoma's deepest truths.
Wait, when did you... How did you...
Through careful observation of your duels, I believe I have made a breakthrough. Just as I hypothesized, there is something in each top that reacts to the will of the spinner.
I could have told you that, Doc. There's indescribable power packed into this little piece of wood.
Just so. And now the time has come to verify my discoveries firsthand. Noah, you are the world's greatest spinadeer. If I am to attain Begoma's greatest secrets, it can only be through drawing metaphorical blood. With you!
Let's finish this, Doc. I'm as curious about Begoma's secrets as you are.
Very well. Then I challenge you with my partner, Infinity Force.
Challenge me with any top you want. You'll never be a match for me in world peace.
That's what I wanted to hear. Your determination is the secret sauce that will be poured on the truth that I'm about to learn.
Could be. But as I've said before, nothing is certain until the tops have been spun.
Then let's dispense with the chatter. Stand by for battle. Let's spin!
My gosh.
My gosh, indeed. Did you feel that? We just got a glimpse of Begoma's true face.
I've got chills, Doc.
With every spin of the top, we gaze upon the universe, and there too gaze upon ourselves. Begoma is life itself.
All right, I give up. All of you enjoy your spinny spin game.
Yes, the radiance of the top is the radiance of life.
And yet we've only scratched the surface. Noah, will you continue this journey with me toward Begoma's abyssal depths?
Yes, Doc. Capital Y, yes. It's open.
Good. Now let's go face that tyrant down.
Oh, if I can even bear to look at his simpering face.
We should make absolutely sure that we're ready. Who knows what's lying in wait for us? What was that?
It had better not be another trick up Aldrich's sleeve.
Sounds like the Dukes has one nasty pet.
Doesn't matter. We're still coming for him.
And thankfully, we're almost there.
Aldrich!
Of course it's you. To think my grand aspirations would be derailed by some nameless whelp.
Make that 2 whelps, Aldrich. I promised you the day would come when I erased the triumph from your face. And now that day is here.
The Countess Groom, is it?
Today we set the Empire back on the path of righteousness, starting with your death!
The secrets of the Barrows and Rune Lenses aren't meant to be heedlessly shared with all. As their defender, it falls to me to strike you down.
Habibi!
What absolute rubbish! Why should we tolerate the Rune Lens's power being relegated to sorcery that only a handful of people can use? And that falteringly at best! We must establish technology that all can use. It is the only way forward for humanity! How can you fools be so selfish as to insist it stay hidden away in some dusty old ruins? I will not permit such intellectually deprived insects to stand in my way! It will not happen!
And when have you ever done anything for humanity? All your actions have been about seizing power for yourself!
You had the lives of Yelu's fellow villagers in your hands, and you traded them away for your own personal gain!
All your talk about humanity is a lie! You don't give a damn about humanity! You're just a monster who speaks of greatness to cover up his own greed!
If only you knew when to give up, Aldrich. But you didn't then, and you still don't now. No one believes a word you say.
You're through, Aldrich! This here is your grave!
A lie, you say? How could anyone in their right mind call power so great a lie? Prove to me otherwise!
What's happening?
Oh no. Look! Now, we just have to take care of Aldrich.
Then this will finally all be over.
The bridge! Damn it! Is everyone okay?
Don't worry about us. Keep your eyes on the prize, Noah.
Paul?
Ah! I'm coming for you, Aldrich! We destroyed it, Aldrich! You wanted proof? There's your proof!
Do you see it, boy? How it shines. Could there be anything more lovely? When I was but small, someone told me a fairy tale. Once, in days of yore, rune lenses could be wielded by all. The thought made my heart leap with joy. But it also filled me with envy. Why them, and not me? Was I selfish to think that? Perhaps. But it matters little now. However, Noah. I chose this path, and I will not turn from it. After a certain age, it is too late to renounce beliefs. So come at me, if you dare. Let us end this.
Oh, I dare.
Face it, Noah! You cannot defeat me!
Your punishment will be delivered by all of us! Every person who wishes as strongly as I do for your tyranny to end!
No! I need more power! Answer my call! Give me the strength to prevail!
Noah?
Ready?
Now!
Don't take away my beautiful soul.
We did it.
Yes.
Of course we did.
Puffleby!
What now? The castle is collapsing!
Oh, you think? Run!
世界譲れない者たちの声遠くなるふるさとは明かりをつける明かりを焚いて進むべき道を照らすさあ歩き出せ迷わずに止めどなく交錯するプライドの影等しく注がれる光も閉ざすから旗は見える風吹かぬ国祈りさえ途絶えて誰もが旗頭叶え